And hospital already announced today. Yeah, again, masks are compulsory in certain areas and certain hospitals. So we don't know what's happening in this world. But this is a transition period. So too many patients are suffering with maybe cold, cough, flu, pneumonia, asthma. So any kaphajanya vyadhi in Ayurveda, vata kaphajanya vyadhi or pitta kaphajanya vyadhi will be arise. So now for that, today I have selected these two specific plant called Arudusi. Arudusi or Vasa. In Sanskrit, they call Arudusi. But English, they call it Malabar Hill. So it's happening in Malabar, if you are aware about. So they call Malabar nut, Adulasa. In Latin name, they call it Adhatoda vasica. In medicinal plant, this native in Asia, widely used in Siddha Ayurveda medicine. I told you last time, if you are aware about Siddha Ayurveda, it's practiced by Buddhist lamas and monks in top Himalayas and Unani system of medicine. So English name, Malabar nut or Adhatoda vasica in Latin. What are the benefits of Ardusi plant? So Adhatoda vasica plant used for a cough, asthma, breathing problems, nasal congestion, allergic condition, or URTI, means upper respiratory tract infection, or excessive urine bleeding as well. So any kind of kaphajanya vyadhi, Ardusi is very, very renowned and very, very popular amongst our Ayurvedic doctors. So what is the size of this plant? So plant size called nearly height is 18 inches or maybe 46 centimeters roughly. And the spread of the plant, so roughly 5 inches, so 13 centimeters is spreading the plant size. Very renowned plant and very, very useful plant. Now, what are the use of this Ardusi leaf? Or what is the use of this Ardusi leaf? I always say Ardusi. The medicinal use of Ardulasa leaves are attributed to its anti-tussive, antimicrobial, and anti-inflammatory properties. So these three are the main properties in Ardulasa leaf. Which one? Anti-tussive, antimicrobial, and anti-inflammatory properties. Its leaf juice is most common home remedies for cough, respiratory disease, and bleeding disorders as well. It is also highly effective natural medicine for respiratory infection again and again. So Adulasa, Ardusi, Vasa is very, very important for cough janya vyadhi, kapha janya vyadhi. They use English word COUGF. In Sanskrit, we call it a kapha. What is the common name for Ardusi? So Ardusi, I told you before that Adhatoda vasica, or soups with an unpleasant smell. The smell is very unpleasant and popularly known as Malabar nut or Vasaka in Sanskrit. It is a very important member of the Acanthaceae family. Acanthaceae family. Now, so many people asking me why, what is the, maybe this plant is very useful, but maybe some side effects as well. So what are the side effects of Adulasa? So this herbal treatment is safe for people for all ages and has no negative side effects. Ideally, no negative side effects. Has anti-tussive, means relieves or suppresses coughing. So when some people are too much coughing, so the cough is stuck in between your chest, maybe in lungs or your esophagus. sorry, your trachea. So sometimes you have to relieve that cough. And for that, you have to dilute that cough. So this Adulasa leaves juice. I will explain certain home remedies with Adulasa as well afterwards, or maybe in your question. So it's very, very important bronchodilator. So promotes secretion or evacuation of phlegm, mucus from the respiratory tract. That's called bronchodilators. So these are the very, very good characteristics of this Ardurasa, means Ardusi. So how do we use Ardusi leaves for cough? So provide relief from cough and cold. It is also extremely effective treating flu symptoms by removing congestion from the chest. To use it, place small pieces of Adulasa leaves in water and boil them. Small pieces of Adulasa leaves, put in a water and boil them. Strain or liquid. And most important, add honey in it and drink it. Because according to Ayurveda, honey, we call it lekhana. Lekhana means any kind of congestion in our chest, any kind of mucus congestion in our chest or lungs or trachea. What are the most important part of honey? Honey is doing lekhana. Lekhana is a guna quality of the honey. So it actually demolished or doing a scrap the mucus from our trachea and our lungs. That's why honey is very most important anupana. Any kind of cough related issues. If you're not diabetic. So how tall I told you before that it's a plant gas like 6 feet or 15 inches, something like that. Again and again, which disease can be cured by using the Ardulasa leaf? Same thing like, but most important, sometimes Ardusi leaf juices or paste or liquid with the honey or paste with the honey is very important for malaria fever or malarial fever or fever caused by Pitta and Kapha. Which fever is, because we have to learn is the Jwara Prakaran, nearly too many types of Jwara. So, but Pitta and Kapha type of Jwara, which is actually we call is exactly definition of the COVID-19 virus. The same symptoms is described in a Pitta and Kapha Jwara in a Charak Samhita. And the same symptoms is happening in if we are suffering with the coronavirus. So chronic fever. So Ardusi leaf with the honey is very, very important in a chronic fever as well. Intrinsic hemorrhage is very important. So if you have suffered with certain kind of interior bleeding, Ardusi leaves are very, very useful. And obviously cough and asthma. But most important other disease like called leprosy. I think everybody knows what is leprosy means. Skin disease and piles. So for that, even Ardusi is very, very important. And there is a different type of use and different type of combinations of Ardusi leaves for this kind of diseases. Some people ask me, Dr. Ardusi is make us sleepy? Because any cough remedies people think is a sleepy. So Ardusi cough syrup is an Ayurvedic cough syrup which help relieving dry and wet cough. It has unique triple action formula which provides relief from sore throat. So if you have sore throat or itchy throats or tingling throat, bronchiectasis or bronchitis, or boosting body's natural immune system. So it is formulated with Ayurvedic ingredients and is non-alcoholic and non-drowsy in nature. So Ardusi is non-drowsy, non-alcoholic. So we have a minimum chances to make sleepy. Is Ardusi good for lungs? Obviously, Ardulasa is very good for lungs. Respiratory problems are very, Ardusi is very, very useful for any kind of respiratory tract infection. Removes mucus from our respiratory tract, eases breathing. and soothing effect. Is Ardusi is good for wet cough as well? Some people ask me. Is Ardusi is good for wet cough? A successful Ayurvedic formulation which gives complete relief from cough. For cough, which gives fast relief from both wet and dry cough. So Ardusi is very good for wet cough as well, dry cough as well. Is Ardusi is antibiotic? So Ardusi helps in a treatment of cough and nasal congestion. It has anti-inflammatory, antibiotic, and expectorant properties, which are very effective in relieving cough and cold symptoms during the winter. So now winter is just round the corner in England. It is also extremely effective in treating flu symptoms by relieving chest congestion. So now anybody suffering with cold, cough, flu, tickling, sore throat, flu-like symptoms, headache, fever, Ardusi, Ras, honey is very, very important. But ask if you have any problem, ask your consultant. Ardusi, does Ardulasa purify blood? Ardulasa has antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, expectorant, and blood purifying properties or qualities. Useful in stopping abdominal bleeding due to vitamin or due to vitiation of pitta through the mouth, nose, genital organs, or the urinary systems. So Ardulasa is actually purify our blood as well. Does Ardulasa contain alcohol? It has unique triple action formula which provides relief from sore throat, bronchitis, boosting our natural body's immune system, and is non-alcoholic. I am suggesting one formula for everyone. How do you use Ardulasa powder for cough? So it's a pound and extract juice. So take a 1 teaspoon juice 2 or 3 times a day. Cough, cold, chronic bronchitis, and asthma. Take 1 teaspoon Vasa leaves juice with honey 3 times a day. Take 1 teaspoon Vasa leaves juice with honey 3 times a day. Or powder, mix with the honey, mix with the warm water, and take 3 times a day. So now these all we have talked about: Ardusi, Ardulasa, Adhatoda, Vasika. The main property. Now winter is around the corner, so we have to be careful with cough, means kapha kind or kaphajanya vyadhi. In Ayurveda, they call it kaphajanya vyadhi, pitta kaphajanya vyadhi, vata kaphajanya vyadhi. So now we have a maximum chances because this Rutu is transiting, this called Rutu Sandhi. Now summer is nearly over and autumn is coming. So these 15 days are very, very critical and very crucial. So now we have a maximum chances to suffer with cold, cough, flu, bronchitis, bronchiectasis, tickling cough, XYZ things. So that was Ardusi. Now, as I said, now second plant or roots, I'm going to explain you about Yashti Madhu or Jethi Madhu. In Sanskrit, they call it Yashti Madhu. It's commonly known in English as a licorice or sweet wood. The whole herb is said to have high medicinal value. The name Yashti Madhu indicates that its steam is sweet and very tasty. Sweet taste, basically. It's called Glycyrrhiza glabra. So Glycyrrhiza glabra is its Latin name for the Jethi Madhu or Yashti Madhu. So means sweet. Rinza means root. And glabra means smooth and hairless. That's why it's called Glycyrrhiza glabra. So scientific name is Glycyrrhiza glabra. Now, what is Yashti Madhu used for? Antibacterial properties. Yasti Madhu has been popularly used in Indian household to provide relief from sore throat. This herbal medicine can treat cough, throat irritation, and other upper respiratory symptoms or problems. The antibacterial properties of Yasti Madhu help fight bacterial infection of the respiratory tract. You can chew it as a lozenges. Too many ready-made tablets are nowadays in the market. You can chew as a lozenges to remove or relieve our sore throat. What are the health benefits of Yasti Madhu? I would like to use word Yasti Madhu rather than Jethi Madhu. Health benefit of Yasti Madhu: the Yasti Madhu powder can help with inflammation, stomach pain, headache, and ulcers. Because of this, it is a traditional Ayurvedic cure for indigestion, constipation, acidity, gastritis, stomach ulcer, and sores in our mouth, or any ulcer in our mouth, or mouth ulcers. Yasti Madhu is a fantastic medicine. If anybody is singer, if anybody is here to talk too much, if anyone is suffering, or if anyone has to work like certain kind of allergic environment, like they are working in a fumes environment, they are working in a bakery, laundry, if they have a tickling cough, always put 2 or 3 lozenges of Yasti Madhu in your mouth and chew it and lick it. It's very, very useful and very, very effective, especially for the singers. Now, what is the English name from Yasti Madhu? I told you licorice, Licorice. Botanical name called is Glycyrrhiza glabra. In Hindi, they call it mulethi or Jethi Madhu or Jethi Madhu. Sanskrit name Yasti Madhu, Madhuka, Pulikitaka, Madhuyasti, or Yastahava. It is in different language. This call is Sanskrit name, but English name is licorice or licorice. What is Yasti Madhu rich in? So Yasti Madhu rich in glabridin, liquiritin, isoliquiritin, vitamin B, vitamin E, calcium, antioxidant, protein, and antibiotics. So which helps our skin heal from a variety of skin. Means variety of skin conditions. Some people are suffering with rash, itchiness, eczema, psoriasis, etc., etc. So Yasti Madhu is very, very useful for that as well. So basically, subside our acid reflux, very good for gastritis. Same topic I am going to discuss now. Is Yasti Madhu is good for acid reflux? The active phytoconstitution or constituents of Yasti Madhu inhibits the growth of Helicobacter pylori bacteria that is linked to gastritis and stomach ulcers. So this bacteria is a cause of our stomach ulcers and gastritis. So provides relief from uneasiness due to acidic stomach, contains rising up from the stomach into esophagus, a condition known as GERD, gastroesophageal reflux disorder. Some people call it reflux esophagitis or severe gastritis. And that is the main cause of our any kind of ulcers in our digestive system. So when should I take Yasti Madhu? Another question. Yasti Madhu actually is free from sugar, artificial colors, artificial flavors. Direction of use is recommended dose of this Yasti Madhu. If it is in capsule form, then 1 or 2 tablets or capsules twice a day. Most importantly, before meal. Maybe 15 minutes before meal, half an hour before meal is very, very useful and very, very effective, especially for the gastritis patient or reflux esophagitis patient or those who are suffering with strong acidity or burning sensation in digestive system. Now again, everybody is asking same question everywhere. What are the side effects of the Yashti Madhu? If the individual takes an excessive dose of licorice or Yashti Madhu, it will lead to vomiting. Look, amazing medicine. Nausea and high blood pressure. Sometimes mulethi we are using to subside our vomiting and nausea and sickness. But sometimes if you take too much doses, then you feel vomiting and nausea as well. And sometimes it increase high blood pressure. It means without the advice of an expert, you should not take these herbs. It's very important. Same thing, yes, Yashti Madhu is used for gastritis, advised by the Ayurvedic physician again and again, especially those who are suffering with a strong high blood pressure. In large quantities of prolonged unused, it is reported to cause hypertension. Again, another question is Yashti Madhu is good for our hair growth. As per Dr. Zeel Gandhi, Chief Ayurvedic Doctor, Bhava Prakash Nigantu describe Yashti Madhu and it may pharmacological benefits. This Kesha herb, Kesha means anything is good for our hair. It's called Kesha. That also we call Kesha. Promotes hair growth by preventing graying and hair aging. Why? Because Yashti Madhu is controlling our Pitta. And any kind of Kesha disease, mean any kind of Khalitya, Palitya, lack of hairs, graying of hairs, split of hairs, dryness, is relates our Pitta. Excessive Pitta is a cause of our hair problems or hair fall problems. So Yashti Madhu is also controlled dandruff as well. So those who are suffering with dandruff, try to use a Yashti Madhu paste or orally. This is very amazing question. Yashti Madhu help in weight gain? Help in weight gain. A major reason for weight loss is thinning is the weakening of digestive power. In Ayurveda, Yashti Madhu is used to strengthen digestive power. Consuming 1 teaspoon of Yashti Madhu twice a day or 1 Yashti Madhu capsules twice a day leads to weight gain within a few days. So Yashti Madhu can help those who are underweight or those who wants to gaining the weight. And I am giving this Yashti Madhu with certain kind of another herbs to gaining weights, depends on their another medical condition. When should you avoid licorice root? Chronic use and large dose of licorice root can cause severe fluid and electrolyte imbalances. Children, pregnant and breastfeeding women, and those with kidney diseases, heart diseases, or high blood pressure should avoid licorice products for a long time or large doses or chronic use. That's why some people buy certain things from the consultant and they repeat the prescription, repeat prescription, which is not good. Always anything, try to contact your consultant or your doctor. Is Yashti Madhu is good for our constipation? Kabj ke liye. So you can have licorice powder with water or lemon juice or lemon water. Ease down stomach irritation. Take 1 teaspoon of licorice juice with your soothis to help cure prolonged stomach disease like constipation. So if you are suffering with again acidity, gastritis, constipation, gas, bloatiness, Yashti Madhu is very, very useful medicine. And obviously it is suffer with anybody suffer with cough, cold. Yashti Madhu is good for us. When should I take licorice root for acid reflux? So DGL is used for a heartburn, means acid reflux and stomach inflammation. It relieves symptoms and repairs the lining of our digestive system or digestive tract. Dose called 400 milligram, means 10 gem 1 ratio extract. Chewable tablets 20 minutes prior to our meals or before bedtime. 20 minutes or half an hour or 15 minutes. It's very, very important time for licorice roots or capsules or powder or any other form, because it subsides our gastritis and relieve our digestive system. It is safe to take licorice root every day. Generally, people say safe, but not chronic or prolonged. So when consumed in large amounts or for long periods of time is not good, or consult your doctor or Vaidya or Ayurvedic consultant. Again, most important question, can licorice or yastimadu root cause liver damage? In particular, recent studies on hepatoactivity effects of licorice suggest that it can reduce liver injury. It can reduce liver injury by enhancing the antioxidant and anti-inflammatory capacity. So it's not damaging our liver. Good for sore throat. Yes, yastimadu is the best medicine for our sore throat. Good for our eyes. Yastimadu possesses anti-inflammatory properties in the yastimadu, and it's a highly effective in reducing inflammation of the eyes. Iritis is very, very important medicine or supplement to reduce our inflammation of our eyes. It helps prevent damage caused by free radicals, which can contribute to the development and progressions of the cataracts. So it is preventing our against cataracts as well. Which vitamins are in yastimadu? So vitamin B and vitamin E. And minerals. Minerals are phosphorus, calcium, magnesium, potassium, iron, selenium, and zinc. These are very important, very useful minerals in yastimadu as well. There is a folic acid in yastimadu. So natural source of folic acid is yastimadu. Vitamin B9 and B12. Also, giloy is rich in calcium, zinc, iron, and folate. So yastimadu is also very, very rich in B12, B9, and folic acid. How to use licorice for weight loss? Look, licorice is good for weight gaining as well, and licorice is used for weight loss as well. So there are also dry licorice sticks available in the market, and that can be washed and chewed directly. Even tropical uses in licorice acid in weight loss. So licorice contains glycerate acid, which helps reduce excess fat in the areas you apply it regularly. Chew 5 to 6 licorice with cardamom to control our acid stuff as well. So licorice is very, very important medicine because it's yastimadu. But season is changing, transition is happening. In Sanskrit or in Ayurveda textbooks, they call it Rutu Sandhi or Rutu Sandhi. 15 days are very important when season is changing. So these two Ayurvedic medicine called Ardusi and Jetimat are very important. And 2 weeks before, we have discussed about Ashwagandha and Tulsi. So Tulsi, Ashwagandha, licorice, yastimadu, and Ardusi, Glycyrrhiza glabra. These are the very, very important supplements or medicine for this Kaphajanya Vyadhi or Kapha or Pitta-janya Vyadhi, especially in winter. So I'm concluding my session and talk. I will open forum for any questions. Few questions may be already in my chat box. So let me see. It is possible to put white pin or Dr. Joshi so we don't get disturbed. Oh, sorry, second question. So you can stop recording now.